I took metformin and failed. I took phentermine and failed. I took Wegovy, gained 10 pounds. So my clinician indicated that on my prior authorization. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you found this channel because on this channel, you'll be coming along with me on a journey as I continue to maintain my 72-pound weight loss using the medication now called Zepbound. We all know that Zepbound has now been FDA approved for obesity, and a lot of us have been running into problems getting prior authorizations approved. So in this video, I want to set some things straight, get you guys educated on a few things when it comes to endocrine medications used to treat weight loss. So if you're interested in what I have to say and to gain knowledge and verbiage on how to get your prior authorizations approved, stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Keisha Dixon. You made it here, so go ahead and subscribe and click your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads.
Okay, so first and foremost, if there is anyone in the building who is unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, we are talking about the medication MOUNJARO, and we're also talking about Zepbound. These are terzepatides. These are made by Eli Lilly. These are endocrine medications used to treat diabetics. It helps them control their A1C levels, okay? So initially when these medications came out, it was specific toward diabetes, and incidentally, these medications gave a side effect of weight loss. So clinicians were very, very clever in then prescribing this for their obese patients to help them with weight loss. On my journey, I initially started out with MOUNJARO. I started out on the 2.5 milligram dose. I was very, very lucky to be one of the people who had the original savings card, and I was able to get a year's supply of this for $25. Then I switched over to Wegovy because my insurance company no longer covered it. And then I gained 10 pounds. And then my clinician did a prior authorization and put me on the medication Zepbound. Zepbound is terzepatide. It is just like MOUNJARO, made by the same company. It is the same exact medication. However, it is FDA approved for obesity. It is used to treat obese patients. So my clinician was able to get a prior authorization approved after denial for me to start this medication. And I started back at 7.5 milligrams. So first and foremost, let me just explain to you guys, on the pharmacy side of these medications, even though we know these medications have been approved for obesity, when it comes to pharmacists and the technicalities of it all, Zepbound, MOUNJARO, semaglutides, terzepatides, they are all endocrine medications used to treat diabetes, okay? Our clinicians, however, are using these medications off-label to treat our obesity. So when a pharmacist or a prior authorization clinician is looking to get you approved, they are looking for the verbiage that is specific to diagnosis codes that these medications have indications for. So if you are diabetic and you are getting placed on MOUNJARO, your PA person is looking for the diagnosis code diabetes. If you are an obese patient, your PA approval person is looking for the diagnosis code obesity. If your clinician states they want you to be placed on these medications for weight loss, you will be automatically denied, especially if your insurance company does not cover weight loss medication. So if you guys have been following me over there on TikTok, I have been going live and we have been discussing prior authorizations and Zepbound, MOUNJARO, and all of the things. And we recently discovered that through discussion that a lot of people who have been getting denied is because their clinicians are stating that they want them on this medication for weight loss. And weight loss is considered cosmetic with insurance companies. It's not a priority. These medications are very expensive. They're not going to cover you for weight loss. However, if you are struggling in obesity and your obesity has led you to have comorbidities like hypertension, hyperlipids, dyslipidemia, and things of that nature, PCOS, and we can go on, hypoglycemia, those are indications and diagnosis codes that can possibly get you approved. And then also, you have to also possibly talk to your clinician about sending in a clin note that discuss all the medications that you failed. For example, for myself, I took metformin and failed. I took phentermine and failed. I took Wegovy, gained 10 pounds. So my clinician indicated that on my prior authorization. And he also indicated that I was tremendously successful in MOUNJARO. So if you have a clinician that will take the time and fill out your prior authorization using the right verbiage and also send in those supporting documents, you will possibly get approved, because it is then deemed medically necessary for you to be on these medications to treat your disease process called obesity. And another thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, if you're not very secure in putting that responsibility off on the clinician to fill out your prior authorizations, you do know that you can print your prior authorization documents, fill it out, bring it into the doctor's office, have the doctor look over it and sign it, and have them mail it in at that point. You can do that. You can do that. You can put the verbiage in, put all the supporting details in, ask your doctor to attach a quick note supporting what you filled out, sign it, and submit. It's just that easy. Now, one thing I do know that you guys also get misconstrued is some of you all think that it is your insurance company that does not want you on these medications, or your insurance company is not covering these medications. However, it is actually your employer. Your employer is the person that picks the type of plan you're going to be on. Some employers will give you different type of plans that you can choose from. However, at the end of the day, they pick the plans, and then it is our responsibility to make sure our plan has what we need. And moving forward into 2024, we know that some formularies are going to change. We know that some of us have open enrollment coming up, because some jobs have different dates for open enrollment. So those are some of the things that you want to look into. You want to see whether or not your job actually supports weight loss medications. If they do, that's fine. You probably won't have an issue getting Zepbound. However, if they don't, you have to be very specific in your verbiage and the things that you put as supporting details so that you can get your prior authorization on there. And weight loss is not one of them. We need to X that term, weight loss. And then another thing that we have been dealing with is a lot of patients have been talking to me or asking me, what is going to happen when I am within normal range when it comes to my BMI? What is going to happen when I no longer have those supporting details that will indicate that I am obese, when I am no longer obese and I am in maintenance? Well, what you're going to do is, just because you are no longer obese, it does not mean that you do not suffer with obesity. You're no longer obese because you're on a medication that has been therapeutic in helping you maintain a healthy weight and a healthy diet. And we all know that if we take these medications away, what is going to happen? We're going to put back on the weight, especially if we have not trained ourselves on how to incorporate healthy habits to maintain a healthy weight, correct? There are a lot of us suffering with PCOS, so we know that this is a hormonal issue, and that is one of the reasons why we are on these medications. And one of the biggest reasons why a lot of us are on this medication is because of the food noise, because of the food cravings. You know, we have different hormones in our bodies that aren't being regulated, and we won't go into details on that, but those things puts us in positions to where we're hungry all the time, craving things that we don't normally crave, overindulge. This medication helps to keep us on track. So you definitely have to have a physician on board that understands that realizes the dynamics of that, and that will send in clinical documentations to support all of the things that you have incorporated in your weight loss journey to keep you on this medication. And the only reason why I brought that up is because I've had several young ladies and a man actually tell me that their PA was up for approval. They sent in the PA and it was denied. And the reason why it was denied was because they no longer had the BMI to support them continuing the medication. And here is where it is very important to have a clinician on board who understands the disease process, obesity, and who understands why we are on these medications. So in that incident, I would have said, you know, it is time for us to open another case, not appeal, but open another case, and then send in those supporting documentations that shows how you have been successful in taking these medications, what your starting weight was, what your current weight is, and then what your maintenance dose should be throughout your weight loss journey. Okay guys, so the takeaway from this video is if you are having a prior authorization filled out from your clinician, make sure that they understand the verbiage so you don't run into those difficult denial. And then also understanding that if you are on a insurance policy that does not cover weight loss medications, then your angle is going to be obesity. That's the verbiage that your team has to use. So I'm not gonna hold you guys. Good luck on your weight loss journeys. I've enjoyed educating you once again today. Keep in touch with me. Make sure you guys are following me. Make sure you guys are getting down in the comments and engaging with me. If you have any questions, make sure you are DMing me, emailing me, sending me notes through TikTok. And trust me, if I don't get to it that day, I will get to you guys. You guys, good luck on your weight loss journeys, and we will talk soon.
Hi, I'm Keisha Dixon. I'm a lifestyle influencer, and I'm glad you found my channel. I post weekly videos, so make sure to hit your notification bells so you don't miss any of those future uploads.